This is an Akashic Records investigation into a mystery many still believe was only a legend, but he was real. A living prisoner hidden through France moved from fortress to fortress, masked, silenced, guarded day and night under orders that came directly from Louis XIV himself. But the true reason for his imprisonment was never political. It was energetic. Through the records, his story doesn't begin in a cell. It begins at birth. Two souls incarnated into France at the same moment, Louis XIV, and another presence. Not a brother, not a relative, but something far rarer, a soul-doppelgänger, a mirrored consciousness born to counterbalance the king. Where Louis carried ambition, ego, and shadow, this other soul carried clarity, radiance, and truth. They were two ends of one frequency, opposite charges created to stabilize a timeline that would otherwise tip into extreme polarity. Louis was deeply involved in occult ritual, not decorative ceremony, but bloodline rituals, divination, and prophetic work used to secure his throne. And it was through these rituals that he became aware of his mirror, a presence whose light field drained his own. A living reflection of everything Louis feared within himself, and every prophecy delivered to the king said the same thing: if one dies, the other falls. Their life force was interlinked, a mirrored circuit, a spiritual architecture neither could escape. Louis could not kill him. Doing so would collapse his own energy, but leaving him free would expose the truth Louis had built his reign on, the lie of divine authority. So Louis contained him. The mask was never meant to hide his face from the public. The public had no idea he existed. The mask served an entirely different purpose: energetic suppression. This man's presence radiated a clarity so strong that anyone who encountered him would feel the imbalance between the king's shadow and this man's purity. His frequency disrupted the monarchy's illusion. Simply by existing, he weakened Louis's aura. The iron mask, and at times the velvet masking, were dampeners, tools to constrict his radiance, to mute his field, to keep the king's darker imprint from destabilizing. Louis wasn't imprisoning a man. He was imprisoning a frequency, a mirror he could not destroy, but also could not allow to shine. The man in the mask was moved secretly between prisons, given false names, guarded with obsessive control. He was held not because he threatened France, but because his existence threatened the throne's spiritual architecture. And yet from the records there is no bitterness in him, no rage. He remembers why he came. His purpose was not to overthrow Louis. His purpose was to stabilize him, to anchor the light counterweight beside a shadow-driven reign, preventing the king from collapsing the timeline into something far darker. He died in 1703, not murdered, not executed. His passing came naturally after the spiritual tether between him and Louis had thinned with age. By then, the prophecy had dissolved. The mirror no longer threatened the original. His burial was anonymous, his records erased, his identity scrubbed from history. But energy cannot be erased, not a soul like his. In the Akashic field, his voice is steady, clear, and without resentment. I came to reflect what he feared the most, his own shadow. He wasn't meant to be seen. He wasn't meant to be known. He was meant to hold a frequency the world wasn't ready to understand, a frequency too bright to reveal, too pure to corrupt, and too essential to let roam free. He lived his mission in silence, and though history tried to bury him, the records never forgot him. This is the short version of a much longer written chapter in my Akashic Chalice series. For the full investigation and the rest of the world's hidden mysteries, you can find my work on Medium and Substack. Subscribe for more Akashic documentaries. New episodes are already unfolding.